What's up, Sanders? The game has been out for I think about a week now, and I have been able to compile some tips for you. If you're a new player or if you've been playing for years in the playtests, I'm sure I'm going to have something here that you don't know. So let's get straight into it. Tip 1. Sprint jumping is actually faster than just sprinting. It's like Minecraft. I don't know why, but if you jump while you're running, you go faster. Doesn't matter if you're carrying something, so if you're at a city and you've got a full box, it's actually faster to sprint jump back to your Trampler. Tip 2 is that the cities actually have different things at them according to the name. I didn't find this out until a few weeks ago, right before the game dropped, but the cities that seem like they're just randomly spawning are actually the same cities depending on the name, and you'll find the same loot items at each one every time. Here's a little list that I found on the Discord, so hopefully this is helpful. Same thing with some of the factories and what you can make. I'm pretty sure this is all accurate, but you can go into the Sand Discord and there's heaps of stuff like this. Tip 3 is another one for the cities. Make sure that when you pull up to one, you spin your Trampler around. I don't even know the number of people where I've just been able to walk up behind them, start shooting at them, and they are facing the cities. So their guns aren't facing me, their Trampler isn't ready to run, and they just instantly die. All you have to do is spin around so you're facing away from the city, and you can at least be able to run if somebody shows up. You can then also make the decision on whether you want to turn your reactor off or not. Normally, I'm just leaving mine on so I'm ready to go, but if you want to stay a little more hidden and get rid of the black smoke, you can turn it off. Just be aware it's going to take you longer to leave if you need to. Tip 4, which is very similar to tip 3, make sure you are always just looking around. Doesn't matter if you're at a city or you're walking between cities or you're stopped somewhere, just keep looking around. This is how you stay alive in this game. This is how you know what's going to happen. You won't get ambushed. You'll never get snuck up on if you just keep checking the horizon for other tramplers. Tip 5, and this is a big one. There is secret loot in Storm Dive under these tarps or umbrellas. Shout out to Meep for finding this one. Guys, go check out Meep. I'll put his channel down in the description. He seems to be the most knowledgeable guy on this game so far. So these umbrella looking tarp things, which have this crown and FK symbol on it, actually has loot underneath it. Although it is only uncovered when the third zone closes. So the third storm zone, which is the one that has the extraction points in it, when that one shuts, this sand will disappear and you will find very good loot underneath it. But this is where you can get some very easy experimental weapons in Storm Dive, and if you don't find an experimental weapon, it has a bunch of good loot there anyway, so it's worth taking a look at. Find these umbrellas and tarps around the POIs. It can be at cities. I've also seen them at factories, and I think they could be at forts. Just look out for this symbol. They're on like a black tarp, and underneath it is where the loot is. Tip 6 is about the speed of your Trampler. In the playtest, this speedo never worked, but now the speedometer actually shows your correct speed. When you go up hills, you'll go slower. When you go down hills, you'll speed up. If you didn't know, I'm assuming most people know, but if you didn't, you can take a fuel rod and put it in your reactor. Not only will it charge up your reactor, but you will max out your speed for about 10 seconds, which you can use for running away from people, for chasing people. And this is a massive deciding factor in fights, especially if you just have an infinite amount of these. You can keep spamming them to catch anyone you want. Quick announcement, guys, I have just opened up a Discord. The link will be in the description. So if you have any niche sand knowledge that you know about, please join up and share it, because I'm sure there's a whole bunch of stuff I still don't know. If you want to share a Trampler build, you can do it in there. Like I said, link is in the description. Tip 6 is using your rusty shovels. You can find these shovels at cities and POIs. You can also buy them in the shop if you unlock them in the tech tree. And then you can use them at boats. So when you come across boats, there's about a 30% chance that you will find one of these sand piles. They look slightly different to the other sand, and they have a little glint at the top of them. And if you have the shovel in your inventory, you can then dig in this sand pile and get some higher tier loot. I've been able to find a rocket launcher in these, as well as rockets, and as you just saw there, a shotgun and some high tier armor. So if you've just been stocking up these shovels, it's worth going into a Storm Dive, because there's better loot in Storm Dive, and then digging up a whole bunch of these suspicious piles of sand. Tip 7 is about the eggs, or I think they're called ironclads or iron chuds or something like that. I've been calling them eggs because I didn't know what they were called. But they spawn from this thing, which I'm sure you've probably seen. Here's what it looks like up close. It's like a radio tower looking thing. Once you get within 400 meters of it, it'll see you, and if you stay there, they will spawn. Now, you can manipulate where they spawn by making sure you are moving forwards when the red exclamation mark comes up. This will ensure that they spawn directly in front of you. So I just stop while they're looking at me, and then as soon as they're about to spawn, I walk forward and I can get them exactly where I want. So you're not fighting them like behind a rock or in some unfavorable position. You can just put them right in front of you where it's clear to fight. If you aren't moving, I am pretty sure they spawn to the east every time, but I'm not 100% sure of that. Tip 8 is the repair kit, which comes from these eggs. To use this kit, you just need to grab it and find a broken module on your Trampler. So see, this one here doesn't have a railing. You're able to repair it to get that railing back. Now this is more useful for modules like your crew compartment or a storage room where the walls are missing, and this can bring it back to having walls. It also does increase the max health. From what I understand, when it is broken like that, it has half of the normal health it normally has. Even if it is fully repaired in terms of the pipes, it still has half of the health it would normally have, so it is worth using the repair kit on those modules. Tip 9 is about sorting your loot. I don't see anyone doing this, or if they do it, they don't do it enough. You can fit so much more loot than you think onto your Trampler. You can do this by just picking up a box and holding F over other boxes, which stacks all the loot, and then you'll probably find that the one you're holding is empty and you can just chuck that one off your Trampler. You're able to condense like rooms of loot down to just a couple shelves because the stack limits in your boxes is very high. So if you can be efficient and put everything in one box, you can hold heaps more loot. Tip 10 is about the weapon modes. So in your settings, you can go to controls and scroll down to see the weapon handling mode. Now there's 2 of these and I'm not sure what it normally puts you on. On the smuggler mode, your weapon is like down when you bring it out, and clicking fire or the left click just swings it like you're punching. If you press right click, you go into this hip fire mode, and then if you hold shift, you actually look down the sights. Now in outlaw mode, you start in hip fire mode, clicking right click will aim down the sights, and firing with left click will just immediately shoot a bullet. So I much prefer, and I think it's much better to be on outlaw, because when you get your gun out, it's actually ready to fire and you're not just punching with it. So you can just play around and find which one you like better. Tip 11, the bonus tip, is check if anyone's camping at the extraction point. Before you get off your Trampler, just have a quick look if anyone's there camping the point. This is something I've done. This is something I was starting to see more people do. The best thing to do if you do see one of these is just leave the extraction point. Like if you see someone camping or someone starts shooting at you, just drive your Trampler away, because you can just get away and go to a different point. But if you do want to fight them on your Trampler. Like don't get off and die on the ground, because then they have your loot. And just remember that they can't respawn, you can respawn, and they're probably going to be trying to breach your doors and steal your Trampler. So if you have to, just stand behind one of your doors with a shotgun and wait for them to come in so you can kill them. But that is it. Hopefully you learned something, and good luck sanding, everybody.